Cherie Hanson here. Yesterday I called it in. It was one of those days of your battery is reading low, so just lay down. Yeah, that's what I did. And then it's like waking up in a new body when you recharge your battery. So important to do in these times when the background stress is so severe. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the onslaught. You know, the feeling that we should have a normal life. You know, the walls are the same in my house, and my neighborhood is the same, and there are all these cues, environmental cues, that are saying this is the same life. But the problem is they are not what's going on. It isn't the same life. It's new. And so there's a cognitive dissonance that goes on. And I think what we tend to do when this happens to us is we make ourselves wrong. So in other words, I don't know what's wrong. I'm so tired. And I loved what I saw in a YouTube video the other day. Two talk show hosts were together and they're looking at the camera and they're saying, I understand you're feeling really, really tired and you're really upset and really frightened and really angry. Good. I was just laughing. That is the appropriate response for what's going on. So I wrote this little piece today that I put up on Facebook. I wanted to share with you. I have personally known since the 1960s the walk and voice and face of evil. I have known how destabilization was stealth and conducted in the hidden, darkest caves of clear intention. For thousands of years, countries have simply flattened one another, flattened another culture to take their wealth, their glittering trophies, their people as slaves. It is a story written decade after decade, but never before have the villagers, the peasants, the natives, the simple people that do the work to keep the culture alive, seen so very clearly the naked greed of those who march to the songs of moral corruption, iniquities, and vile disregard for human compassion. There is no attempt to hide the knife, to disguise the ruby ring that opens for the spilling out of poison as a harmless decoration. We are losing our dull naivete, our shuffle of obedience, our trust of those outside of us who we have followed like children. It is good to be in a place in time and history when the cruelty and systematic evil is seen for what it is. It is good to be living in a time when the disparity between the humble and the haughty is so emphatic that it can no longer be ignored. Many are collapsing into themselves and saying, it is too much. I am a victim and weak. Some are deciding. Some are changing themselves, their thoughts, their passivity for something beautiful. How do I help? How do I change the nature of the numb stumbling in my life to something more powerful? Songwriters are fighting back with their music, with their lyrics. Filmmakers are fighting back with their creations of clarity, with their images. People are moving to farms, growing food, detaching from the old systems. People are in laboratories studying the human brain, the way thoughts run our very lives. Some are sitting in a wagon, no longer being pulled by the forces of consumerism, competition, distraction, the match set of black beasts yearning for status. The horses have run away, and the wagon sits there still. Some are feeling lost and abandoned by the lack of the old systems that they once so totally trusted. Some are fighting back and taking charge of their own lives. Some are asking, why am I on the earth? Why was I born? It is a time to build new skills of self-reliance, training the mind to compassion, training the habits to vibrant health. Find your horses. Find the beautiful muscular forces that will pull you through the rest of your life. Maybe you can be part of the new reality that changes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of the rule of cruelty. So that came to me today in what I call these my ancestors' sermons that are my DNA. We are making a decision, and I'll tell you how you're voting. You're voting with every thought. You are voting with every decision you make. You are voting with what you have in your house, with what you have in your head. You are voting when you come to a place where you have thought habits and you think, these thought habits do not help the world. They don't help me. They don't help my family. They don't help my friends. So what do? You're in a place now where you're ready to build something that is so much better than what you have experienced in the past. And it's difficult when you're whirling around in a tornado, a whirlpool, falling down the rabbit hole, and tables are upside down. It's very difficult to not be hijacked, to not be stripped of the power you have in your own life. And the way you do that is you learn how to build new mind habits. You learn how to calm yourself down. Optimism is not something that you get from your local mayor or your premier or your president or your relatives. It's not something that be given to you. Your optimism is something you build as you move forward in life. And we're on it now. We're being called. We're being called to hold space for a better world. And I really want you to think about this. Some of the things I do: meditation, cold dips, self-hypnosis. Find what works for you and start building your own optimism. Thank you so much. I appreciate people who are subscribing to my video. I appreciate those who are leaving thumbs up and good comments. So wonderful. Get a hold of me if you want psychic channel reading, you want some help and some support as you go through this transformation from a weak, frightened child conditioned to believe what you're taught, and a strong warrior for light. And I always have to say thank you so much for the 7,000 views last month, for the new subscribers. We're getting the message out to more people. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you.